Afiya here and welcome to the Cook Up with CGA, the Diwali edition. Today we'll be making some Diwali favorites, but before I even get into that, I want to introduce you to the hands behind the food. The star of this show, it ain't me, Karishma.
Hi Afiya, it's my pleasure to be here with you on the CGA Caribbean team. And I'm excited for this Diwali cook-up. This is my thing. I'm looking forward on all there is to it today.
What are we going to make today?
Oh, so we're going to make some soya samosas.
Ooh.
And you know, desserts is very important.
Of course.
So we're going to make some Gulab Jamoons.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so you guide me. I'm really excited about this and I'm going to be helping you. I won't just look at you doing it. You can put me to
No
work.
problem.
All
Okay,
right.
so let's get straight into it. So in goes our onions, some garlic, and some red and green pimentos minced. So you just want to let your onions and garlic and pimentos, or as we call it here in Trinidad, puran. We want to let that sweat a little bit and let go its natural juices, and then we will proceed in toasting our curry powder. So you can clearly see our onions and garlic and pimento, so-called puran, has simmered down a bit or sweat a bit. So we're now going in with our curry powder. Now we don't want to go in with too much curry powder, a little bit, just to give that little hint of curry. We don't want this bursting flavor of curry to throw off the other flavors. So just going to go in with a little bit of curry powder there. So we're going to add a little bit of water here to our pan to allow the curry to cook completely. So I did forget to mention, you can put in a little piece of Scotch bonnet pepper. It's optional. So you see how the oil separates from the curry? That's when we know our curry fried and cooked well. And now we're going to add our seasoned soya.
Okay.
Yes, soya going in first. We're going to go in with our cubed potatoes. Right? And we're going to make it a little wholesome. So we're going to go in with some pigeon peas.
Right.
We're going to go in with a little bit of salt. We're going to go in with a little bit of all-purpose seasoning. And I really like adding some whole cumin seeds, as I was saying before. The ground cumin goes in at the end because, yeah, so because that's where we maintain flavors that cooked out at the beginning. Okay. So just going to mix this, let everything combine up in that curry. It's very fragrant in here, guys. So we're just going to add some water and allow our potatoes and soya and so forth to cook and simmer down. We'll leave it on medium-low heat and we'll come back and see how it goes.
All right, so the filling is cooking now.
Of course.
And we're going to be making the wrappers.
Yes. So we're going to make our samosa wrappers. So to a bowl, we're going to add some flour. So you want to add the flour?
All right, so how much flour do I...
You're going to add the entire thing here. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so ghee is the key.
Ghee is the key, yeah.
All right.
So just like about 1 teaspoon of salt to this. Right. Yeah. And now we got to get our hands messy.
Okay.
I realized I had to take lead.
Yes. So you're just going to kind of crush up the ghee in the flour and the salt.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's like, it'll look like a crumbly kind of texture.
All right.
Yeah. So we're going to need our flour, but it is very important that we use lukewarm water.
Okay.
Reason being, it helps the dough to come together better because samosa dough is a very firm, supple dough, right? So in order to achieve that, we need to use lukewarm water to bring the ingredients together, right? So you can clearly see we have a very firm dough here. You
Yeah.
press it, it's very firm. It's springy, but it's very firm yet, and that's what we need for samosa because samosa dough, as I said, it's a very firm dough. So you just make it into a nice, smooth dough ball, or loya as we call it here.
A loya. Okay.
Yeah, a loya.
That's a local term or that's something?
It's an Indian term.
Right.
Yeah,
so
it's an
loya.
Indian term, yeah. Right. So we just sprinkle a little bit of dry flour and let it rest for like about 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
It does not need no sort of soaking time. Right.
I love this scent that's coming from this pot, and I think we have to give a lot of props to CGA's garlic infused coconut oil. And I know there are a lot of people who see it in the groceries, but you can also purchase online.
Right, yes.
CGACaribbean.com. And even if you are living abroad,
Yes.
CGACaribbean.com, you could purchase it there as well as get some recipes for Diwali or for any occasion. So big up CGA for that.
Big up CGA.
Accessible flavors.
Right,
And it comes in other flavors as well.
Of course, they have the chili infused, they have the lemon infused, and of course, the star, Nariel. They have Nariel.
Just see.
Who does not know Nariel?
Exactly.
Diwali is Nariel, right? Nariel. Right. So we have our chowki, as we call it.
Chowki.
Yeah. Right? So we just want to lightly sprinkle some flour. Right? And we're going to make smaller dough balls or loyas out of this.
Okay.
So we're going to go like this. Like this side should be good. It should be good, and then we do the little...
Holding like this and squeezing it like
yeah,
this.
Yeah, like that, yeah. Well, you have to pull a little bit, right. And you kind of make it like into this. You kind of do it like this. Predator, and then do so and tuck.
And tuck.
Tuck. And tuck. Girl, you gotta make this thing.
You can't put me in nostrils yet.
Right, so you get one loya, or dough ball as we call it.
Okay, mine is kind of ugly, but that's okay.
One dough ball, we getting like 2 samosas out of this. Yeah.
Okay, so it's plenty.
Yeah, it's plenty. So, okay, we do it with that.
So the rest again?
We have to rest it like just for like 5 minutes. Remember, as long as you're working with flour and dough, we
That
need
is
to
true.
allow that resting time. It's not much resting time, just like 5 minutes again, and then we roll out and start making our samosas. But it's very important that we allow it to rest a
That
bit.
is true.
Right?
So I'm smelling this filling.
Right, so I believe that we should check it. I believe it's maybe close to finishing. Before all the water completely burn out and it gets really dry, I like to go in with some green peas and carrots.
Right.
Right. I like to go in with some ground roasted jeera. Remember those flavors that we added there at the beginning? It tends to cook out.
Right.
So you want to add back some at the end to just boost up back things. So I always like to end all my dishes with some fresh herbs. And today I have some roughly chopped parsley that I'm going to add directly over it. Watch how beautiful that looks. Really, really nice. And here I think we're good now. So we're just going to take it off the heat. And we're going to let it cool a bit. And now we're going to go in and start making those wrappers. And we're going to fill them with the samosa with the soya filling, my bad. And get frying. Great, so our filling seems to be cool. And here we're going to start by making our wrappers. So this is our little loyas or dough balls, or however you want to call them.
Okay. All right.
So we have a surface here, clean surface. Hands again, no better way to do it. So we're going to just flour our surface very lightly, very lightly. Right. So we're going to just take one of our loyas or dough balls. Right, we're going to just press it out here on our countertop. Roll it out a little bit using your rolling pin or baler, right? So once you achieve a circular shape here, you want to go in with your pizza cutter and you want to slice this down like that. So with half of the dough, well, half of the circle here, we're going to take it like this here, bringing this piece to the middle so to form a triangle. Now, in order to hold this together, we're going to take a little bit of water with our fingers and pass it on this side here and on this side here to help the dough to stick together. So we're just going to seal, seal, seal. We're going to pick up like this and we get a perfect cone to fill our samosa. So you see how beautiful this looks? You see that little
really
potato, the soya,
carrots,
right? And the colors are brilliant.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Colors are really brilliant for Diwali. So you want to try to get as much down. So you kind of like push it down. If you want to use your finger and then just push it down a little more, so you get more to the bottom. So when you bite a piece of the samosa like here, you would see
It's not just crust.
it's not just crust, right? It'll be an even filling throughout.
Right.
Just take a little bit more. And we place it inside here like a cone shape, and you're going to take your fingers and press it down a little bit. Now we can clearly see I left like about 1/4 inch
Right.
free with
have
no
to
filling.
seal it.
So this is going to be sealed like this,
Perfect. Look at that.
right? Now when you squeeze it like this here, you want to pull back like this.
Ah.
Now you could get one samosa that stands on its own.
I love
See?
it.
So you're making sure you get that perfect triangular shape, right?
That's good.
Right, and you're going to fold over this piece over to there, and you're going to crease here. Press down to the sides, right, and make sure it's creased. Crease tightly. Make sure you're feeling like the two doughs coming together. Creasing, right. Right, and you put your finger to make sure it's open well, and you could add some filling to it. Yes, make sure you seal it properly. Yes.
All right, just a little bit at a time.
Right, and you could push down with one of your fingers to make sure that we're getting some at the bottom. So that every bite could have a good amount of samosa filling. Yeah. People eat with the eyes first.
Presentation is key.
It's key. And
Yeah.
when you see something looking good, you want to dive into that and eat it, right?
Okay,
so you're just going to
so-
crease that properly here, pull up a little bit and crease
Okay.
to seam it off. Yeah, seam it off. You're going to pull and seam off properly. And then you're going to turn it over.
Lord, let this thing stand up.
Right, there you go, guys. Afiya made a perfect samosa. So you too can do it if you just follow these little steps that I show you here. And I guarantee you would be getting restaurant-style samosas at home.
Well, I think we're doing pretty well with these samosas, but if you want to find some other recipes or ideas from the kitchen or how you can use the CGA coconut oil, you can check all of their platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, CGA Caribbean. All right, so we're about to fry these samosas.
Yes, so
All
we're
right.
gonna go straight to our pot here. And we'd be using the Nariel coconut oil to fry these samosas. So we're gonna allow our oil to heat up and then we'd fry our samosas. So our oil seems to be heated up well. So we're gonna place our samosas directly into the hot oil, right? Occasionally you would turn them so that it would get that even browning.
All right.
Yeah, you don't want one side to be too brown on the other
Right.
side. Yeah, we're looking to achieve a golden brown color.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so you see how beautiful that looks? Nice golden yummy samosas. And it's all frying and floating on our way in that Nariel coconut oil. See how beautiful that looks? Nice golden yummy brown.
Samosas went private school or what? Okay, no.
It was schooled by Karishma. Oh, it's hot, so. That's it there, guys. And you can see all of them are standing.
Good.
And they look beautiful.
Yay, even mine. All right, so you can dig in with me?
Of course.
All right, so let's take one. Cheers.
Okay.
Karishma.
The crunchy, buttery texture.
Yeah, it's nice.
Because of that clarified butter that we use, that's what gives it that buttery taste to
The
it.
ghee.
Yeah, the ghee. And you feel them, every bite is a mouthful of goodness. It's a nice contrast of colors going on there with the peas and carrots and the pigeon peas and all of that.
Pimentos, it's just,
It's beautiful.
So if you're looking for recipes to try by yourself or with your family, you can check out cgacaribbean.com, and you can also order all your CGA coconut oils from that same website, and make sure to check them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, so I was excited about the samosas, but you see the Gulab Jamoon?
Of course. So no meal is complete without dessert. And because it's Diwali, we're making something different. We're going to make Gulab Jamoon, or also known as Fat Karma. Right.
Okay, so how do we start this now?
We're going to go in with flour first.
All right, so the flour first.
You see, she takes lead when it comes to throwing in the bowl, but when it comes to getting your hand messy, it's all
Nah, man, I
Karishma.
here for it. I here for it, Karishma. I here for it.
So to our flour, add the full cream milk powder. Now it's very important that we use full cream milk powder. We don't want to skim, low fat, nothing like that. Full cream, yeah, it's good. It's strong.
It's Fat Karma.
It's yeah.
How to be
it's-
fat.
Right. So we're gonna go in with that full cream milk powder, and to this we want to add all our dry ingredients.
Okay.
So we're gonna use some ground cardamom. So this now we want to just mix with our hands.
I will get to
Okay, great. Go ahead.
I will get to you.
Great. Go
So
ahead. So just gonna mix everything to combine. Those nails working well.
Yeah, man. Of course. Fabulous. All right, so I good there?
Yeah. So
Right.
we wanna sweeten our dough, and by that we're not going to use sugar, but we're going to use sweetened condensed milk. So we're going to add that in here. So remember I was saying that we have marigold margarine that is very rich. So we're going to just open it up, about 1.5 tablespoons. So we're going to go in like there, so yeah, around there would be good. So we're just going to cut down on that. You want to ensure that the margarine is cool. Reason being is that we need to work in the margarine into the flour mixture here so that it would get a crumbly texture.
Right.
So you see how cold my margarine is? That's what you
Yeah.
want. You don't want it
But it's not
room temp.
frozen, it's just-
It's not
it's not
frozen, it's
frozen.
just there in the refrigerator for quite some hours. Yeah. So you want to
Okay.
get in there now.
All right.
The pressure.
So let me help you there. So you could get your hands.
Oh, you're fine. I wasn't doing it properly.
No, it's not that. As I tell you before, when I'm cooking, I like to feel my ingredients.
No, it's true.
I like that it speaks to me.
Right, so it's getting crumbly now because you're adding the milk.
Right, so remember we don't want a firm dough, neither a soft dough. So we're gonna just go in with a little at a time.
Just a little bit.
So it's very, very sticky because as I was saying, it's milk
on milk.
Milk on milk. So it's very sticky, it's a very messy thing to work with, but the end result is that you certainly enjoy a nice gulab jamun, and who doesn't want that?
Listen.
So here you could clearly see that it's good. It's not too stiff and it's not too soft. So we're gonna let it rest for like 15 to 20 minutes. But first of all, I need to let you know that we have to cover this, but we need to cover it with a damp paper towel.
What is the purpose of that?
That is to ensure that it does not dry out too much and it does not form a skin.
Okay, so the dough has rested. So what's the next step?
So it seems to be good. I will have to literally make one in my hands and feel it more to know that if I need to add some more milk. But what I need you to do is add some of that marigold margarine, smear it like over the plate. Yeah, so that my gulab jamuns will not stick to that plate.
Okay, so I think we're good there, you know, Karishma.
Right, good. So what I'm going to do first is just like butter your hands. You could use oil, but I like using the marigold margarine to butter my hands. So you're just going to form the log shapes, ensuring that it does not have any cracks in it, because when it hits the oil, it's going to open out, right? Okay. So it just
has to be smooth.
It has to be smooth. And when you feel it closing all those little cracks, then you just roll a little bit. Now, when you're rolling, you don't roll the whole thing. You roll top here, top a little bit, top, watch the top like this. You put more force to the top of your hand like this, and then a little bit to the underneath. Right, so that's a perfect gulab jamun there.
To make sure mine is perfect. Huh?
So anytime you think that you're not getting it right, you just need to form it back like this into your hands, like it's a bowl. Yeah, I would say that could work. Yeah. Once it doesn't have any cracks, because once it have a crack, I put in you to fry it, you would get the burn. Simple, and it would open out. Okay.
So Karishma made some beautiful gulab jamuns just to fry them now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
So we have our oil. Our Nariel cooking oil that is heating up for quite some time, and we can clearly see that it's hot. So we're going to place one of our gulab jamun in that hot oil. I always recommend that we do gulab jamuns a little at a time in small batches.
You don't want to crowd up the pot.
No, because we need some allowance with our spoon to go in there and turn those, because it's very delicate.
Gotcha.
So as you can see, I'm turning them a little bit, and you can clearly see that they have a little brown developing. I'm about to take off the first batch from the heat, and you can see how beautiful they look. And you see the importance of rolling it properly, not one cracked in the pot.
That's very good.
So we did a great job, Afiya.
That's really good.
So gulab jamuns have completely fried, and we're gonna be making our pak now, or sugar coating syrup as they call it.
Pot is hot.
Right, so that's just some water going in there. Now we have some granulated sugar to form that sugary coating. In any Indian sweet or delicacy, we like adding a little bit of ginger. So in goes some fresh grated ginger, right? And that amazing spice that we used earlier in the dough, cardamom. So we're going to add some ground cardamom. More. Right? So a little bit of ground cardamom there. And we're going to allow this syrup to come up to a boil.
This is the Cook Up with CGA, the Diwali edition. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Now, Karishma, you ready?
So what I like to do is I like to take my fried gulab jamuns and place them in a big bowl. Reason for this is because I have to throw that syrup or pag over it, right? I need enough room to be able to mix it, right? So you just want to go over here to the pot, and you can clearly see some crystallization taking place here. You seeing that there? Yeah. So that's the same sugar that will be on the gulab jamun. So that is what we want. So this seems to be ready. So we're just going to take this off the heat.
I'm going to get out your way.
So you're going to take this now and pour it directly over your gulab jamuns. Now don't throw all at one point in time. You can leave back a little bit, because we don't want too much of sugar one time. And you want to mix now. Now you have to put in a little bit of elbow grease. Mix a little fast, but still yet be mindful that gulab jamuns are very delicate, especially as how that hot sugar is over it right now. So the gulab jamun itself is hot. So we want to be mindful of that. So you can see how it's starting to change and
Starting to harden a little bit,
right.
yeah.
And eventually you'll just get a bowl of hard, sugary coating. So just be mindful of it. Take your time. When you see coming along, you see the color changing.
Yep.
It's like magic happening before your eyes. Good magic.
Yes.
Tasty magic happening before your eyes. And that's it, guys. You got a perfect bowl of Gulab Jamoon. Try it out. Try it out with your friends and family this Diwali.
Can I put this
Yes,
up?
yeah, you can put that.
So Karishma, the Gulab Jamoon, they have cooled and they're ready to be eaten.
It's the best part of the day, right?
Yes.
Eating desserts.
So, all right, you take one, I take one.
Which one are you looking for? The one with the most sugar in it?
You know, actually,
No, as a child, I always look for. So you're bringing out the inner child.
I think I like this one right here.
So you wanna
Yes.
break and taste?
And it's still kind of warm.
Yes, it is.
Perfection.
So you get that perfect bite of goodness, if you want to see.
The
And-
cardamom. Ooh.
And that marigold margarine, it really combines well with that full cream milk powder, and
Right.
it gets that rich, tasty. You could see clearly that it's not dry.
Yeah, no,
You see,
because
it's
it's
not
moist.
dry. It's moist and nice. It's cooked through. It's moist and nice. It looks appetizing to eat. It has that nice golden color to the outer.
This has been the Cook Up with CGA, the Diwali edition, and I think we did a pretty good job today with the Gulab Jamoon and the Samosas.
Of course.
And if you want to find these recipes, check out cgacaribbean.com, and you can also check out all of the social media handles, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at CGA Caribbean. Karishma,
Yes.
where can I find you?
So you can check me on Instagram at Karishma Balkaran. I have a lot of recipes. I share a lot of tutorials. Be sure to get content from me every single day, guys. I keep up with it. And be sure, if you wish to have some recipe that you want me to try out or you want from me, be sure to DM me and I'll get back to you. And it was great being here.
Oh, it was awesome today,
was great.
Karishma, and I hope that we definitely get to cook again because you really have some things to show me. Huh?
Of course.
All right, and I think that's it. We're going to go and take these and eat them ourselves. Shub Diwali, guys. Actually, no, we should share them. Shub Diwali. We're going to
Diwali from CG.
take care.